Hi, Paolo. Thank you for your essays. Thank you for all your clarifications regarding the corrections. And now we're going to go over your uncorrected essays, right? I have seen the error list. This is great. However, not all the corrections are always relevant. The thing is that whatever you use to correct your writing doesn't always give you the appropriate change, because look at this. For example, Olympics was corrected incorrectly, or worldly event doesn't collocate, but yes, it corrected your verb form. So try not to rely on correction like this, because this is very minor. I mean, you can rely on spelling correction, and you see the spelling was not always correct, and I can prove it to you. So let's have a look at the shoe sales bar chart. The bar chart shows the shoe sales of two different color of leather. Oh, this is too long. Um, let's say shows the shoe sales of two different leather color footwear in 9 European countries. Yes, European has to be capitalized as you had it in 2018. Poland, comma, on a par with Germany and Hungary, leading the shoe sales. Okay, this is not a grammatical sentence because it doesn't have an active verb. Leading is not an active verb. It's a gerund, and gerund is not a verb for a subject in the sentence. You can say are or were. Were leading the shoe sales of brown leather. How about just saying brown leather shoes? Reaching, and that's another point, right? In English, when we have thousands, we separate them by a comma, not by point. The point is for decimals, and please remember that, because this is an important error. Okay. You're trying to use on a par. Okay. This is a nice structure. You really need the commas, though. Okay. And here you can say reaching or which reached. On the other extreme, it can be seen that Belgium has or had. Okay, yeah, you're using the present, so I'm going to change that verbal form to present continuous. Has the lowest sales in this product. Oh, I love this. Yes, you in order to avoid repeating yourself and saying shoe sales, brown leather, black leather shoes, you say this product, great, around 10,000. I'm not going to correct the commas. I said it once. I trust your wonderful memory to retain that. Regarding the black leather what? What about the word footwear? And I'm going to write it in all caps so that it's visible. Remember, it's not the suggested spelling, it's for you to pay attention. There were the most sales concentrated, no, the most sales, or the most significant, I would say even significant sales were concentrated, passive, in Hungary at this value, and Italy at roughly this value. What is this a hyphen, I wonder? The minor sale is concentrated. Okay, you have a repeat, concentrated. You really have to find a way to vary your vocabulary and not reuse the same reporting verb in the second sentence. And you cannot say the minor sale. You can say a lower figure was registered in France around 25,000. There are 5 countries that sell, probably you mean sell, right? Or sold. Again, that's why I suggest that the past simple perspective on reporting on charts is more appropriate because this has already happened. That sold, yes. So no, you are forced to use past. More a higher quantity of brown leather shoes. No, you cannot. They didn't sell leather, they sold shoes, and this brown really has to be lowercase letter. Brown leather what? Shoes, footwear, you name it, such as Poland, Germany, Ireland, Holland, and France. Okay, on the other, not side, hand, it is possible to see that 4 countries are were more successful at selling or at commercializing black leather products, and this is namely Hungary, Italy, Belgium, and UK. Okay, you're trying to outline the most important features, but as I read, I'm kind of lost. So you're comparing Poland to Germany and Hungary, then you see the other extreme, that's the lowest. Great. Regarding the black leather, the most significant sales there, Italy, okay, the lowest figure is France. Okay, and this is what happened. Okay, no, your highlights are fine. It's just your grammaticality that suffers a bit. And you see, language influences the perception of the information. And just make sure that I haven't corrected everything. I have pronounced what needs to be corrected. So please watch and rewatch this video if necessary. Take detailed notes, rewrite, and see the final version. Overall, there are varying trends in sales between 2 different colors. No, we cannot do this. Of leather in shoes. Okay, and why are we so offensive with Hungary? For one side, Hungary outstand with black leather, and on the other side, Poland concentrate the sales of brown leather shoes. Okay, brown doesn't need to be capitalized. Hungary does. We cannot say for one side and on the other side. This sentence needs to be rewritten. My version would be something like, on the one hand, Hungary stands out with its sales of black leather footwear, while Poland has the highest figure for the sales of brown leather shoes. Yeah, for example. I really like the fact that you're trying to see the trends, and you comment on this in the conclusion. This is great, but again, this is not very grammatical. It's not the sales between. There are varying trends in the sales of the 2 colors of leather products or of leather footwear, and that's it, not in shoes. Nice attempt anyway. Keep up the great work. It will come in time, no worries. And now let's have a look at the Olympics essay. Again, let me see what was corrected. The sport culture, sports event, yes. On the other hand, it needs a comma. That's true. Discipline, resilience, and perseverance, yes, but you need a comma here. Perseverance on the long way, in a long way. Yet I'm not sure this is appropriate. I'm gonna see it. I'll have a look. This event does not represent different continents. Olympics still needs to be capitalized here. See, the correction is not accurate. Worldly is not accurate. You can't use it like this. You can say a worldwide event or many different ways. Okay, let's see. Experts throughout both the developing and developed world have debated the impact of the Olympic Games. You either say the Olympic Games or you say the Olympics, either one or the other. Some believe that this magnificent sports event is unnecessary. A necessary double S, and inconsequential. Inconsequential? Why? Inconsequential is a much more specific synonym of unimportant, maybe insignificant, maybe unimportant, but not inconsequential. No, this is completely inappropriate here. This essay will argue that the Olympics are essential to improve the society around the world. I wouldn't say improve the society, to contribute to an improvement in the society, or no, improvement. It cannot improve the society. You really have to be more specific. What exactly do you want to the society? What do you put? What concept do you imply when you say improve the society? This is not very appropriate. Around the world, using examples from the Colorado Olympic Training Center and the University of Oregon to demonstrate, this is an infinitive, points and prove. To demonstrate and to prove, this is an infinitive. You cannot put an infinitive in the past. On the one hand, comma, there's ample evidence that the Olympics needs to be, highlight the values of human beings. I would say human values, and that would be enough. The central reason behind this is that to achieve any golden, and why would we capitalize that? No, we don't need to capitalize golden, as we don't need to capitalize silver. Do you need? Why? You need that in order, I would say in order to achieve any golden or silver medal, you need a strong commitment. Again, strong doesn't need to be capitalized, it's just my correction. So here's the correct spelling. Commitment, discipline, resilience, and perseverance. Yes, the Oxford comma before and. In the long way. No, you mean in the long run, not in the long way. You're trying to use an idiom, which is absolutely great. Idioms are welcome when they are appropriate and not too conversational. What do you mean in the long run? For example, an extensive study from the Colorado Olympic Center demonstrated that 80% of athletes in different sports that occupy the podium, and I can see that you have another language diacritics here, can demonstrate 80% of athletes who occupy or who take the podium or who step on the podium. Who step on the podium, because occupy is kind of unusual. Gathering a diversity of values like a foundation to excel in performance. Okay. And here I'm lost. I'm not sure what you mean. Do you mean that 80% of athletes in different sports present or illustrate a diversity of values because they come from different countries with different cultures and hence values? I'm not sure what you mean this. I'm not sure what you mean by this. Is this the name of the foundation, or do you actually mean to excel in performance? Why is excel capitalized? So I don't know, and I can't guess from the context. Unfortunately, this decreases the comprehension and affects your score significantly. It must not be forgotten that although other factors like the support team, strategical decision, no, we don't need to write decision like this, nutrition and training planning are important, the values behind those factors are the engine of every success. Therefore, it is conclusively like this, clear that Olympics are a cornerstone to inspire the world. Beautiful conclusion. This part is confusing. I think you're kind of digressing with this. No, well, yes, other factors are important, but the values are the most important things. Okay. But again, which values do you mean? I can write you just a side note. Which values? Values. Exemplify? Maybe give an example of those, because I'm not sure what you mean by values. You keep saying values, but which ones? On the other hand, although there is a case where this event does not represent the initial and values again, or discrimination in Olympics made in Germany during the Hitler's period, and even the lack of values not impeded that this event was extremely essential. Whoa, this sentence is very confusing and it needs rewriting a bit. Let me think. I'm trying to figure out what you meant in this sentence. On the other hand, although there is a case where this event did not represent the initial values, such as discrimination in the Olympics that happened in Germany during the Nazi period, not Hitler's, Nazi period. But full stop. Still, even then, the lack of values did not impede for this event from being extremely important. You cannot say extremely essential because the word extremely is in the word essential, so it's already extreme. Did you mean this? Because I'm trying to guess. Please remember that you always have to be crystal clear, and very often a mere variation in sentence structure, like ungrammatical sentence structure, loses the focus of the reader, and this is not a very good idea. This is largely because political power and racist beliefs can undermine any event created to unify different continents. Okay, this connects, but you need to explain better what you meant here. This is an approximate explanation, but it's not about continents. You have to address the discrimination part more clearly. For instance, an extensive study by Oregon University, and I think you need to capitalize university, showed that over 60% of the Olympics or of the Olympic Games, where the discrimination was the focus of the newspapers, they raised less money in their sponsorship. I am not sure what you meant. In their sponsorship. Okay. So I can guess that you're discussing so something like if there was discrimination, less money was raised by the sponsors. But where was the discrimination? Was it reported in the newspapers? So there was discrimination in the Olympics, and then they reported this in the newspapers? Because this part I don't understand, sorry. Consistent with this line of thinking is that Olympics are not essential for society. You can say, consistent with this line of thinking is the idea that Olympics are not essential for the society. Or this makes people think that Olympics might not be essential for the society. I don't know, you need to explain more because it's not very clear what you mean here. Thus, it is possible to state beyond doubt that the continuity of this event could be eliminated in the 21st century. Wait a second. So, do you argue against yourself? Are you trying to say that no, the Olympics are not necessary? I beg your pardon. So I'm not sure what you mean here. I am not sure what you mean. So you are contradicting yourself, right? Because you were saying that the Olympics are a cornerstone to inspire the world, and the Olympics should go on, right? So the Olympics are essential to improve the society and around the world. Okay, so because you're saying it is undoubted that the continuity of this event will be eliminated. So this means these Olympics will be eliminated in the 21st century. You have just contradicted yourself. You need to fix this paragraph big time. Please do that. Choose one argument and focus on it. Okay, from the arguments and examples given, I firmly believe that Olympics are the pillars of any society to foster values, inspire and unify the world through the spirit of sport. Yes, great. It's predicted, not predicated, predicted, you see, that this, not worldly, this relevant, because you can say a relevant world event or world relevant event will exist for the new generations in the future. It is, or it could be. It could be. Based on what? And you really have to say based on this and that, it could be predicted that. So you have great ideas, but sometimes they are completely confusing and contradictory. Yes, you need to work a lot on your spelling and grammar, but still you have great ideas, and I really appreciate that in your writing. So keep up the great work, and I'm really hopeful that this feedback is going to help you improve.